Hopefully everyone can hear me now. Well, hello everybody and welcome to this Thursday's Movie News, the missold movie news show where I am not going to be speaking about any movie news. No, I'm going to be speaking about Wandavision and what's to come in tomorrow's finale. There is no movie news. There is no news out there at all, so I just thought, fuck it, let's go right in and speak about Wandavision, what I really wanted to speak about. So there you go, you can see there, little graphic. If you've clicked on it, you will know what I'm speaking about. Anyway, it shouldn't be a surprise. Wandavision season finale, predictions and questions, and I'm just going to rattle through it. This could be a disaster. I'm trying different macros on the show today. I've already had a technical nightmare with Streamlabs. I hate it with a passion. But yeah, it's just a series of questions, 10 questions in actual fact. This could be the shortest show yet, and yeah, we'll just get right into it. First one is this. As you can see, is Agatha the real villain? And will she survive WandaVision? That is the burning question for me. She is, of course, being played as the primary villain at the moment. She has confronted Wanda in the last couple of episodes. She has her kids by the neck with sort of magical whips, if you like. Will she survive? Will she make it out alive? I sincerely hope she does make it out alive. I've really enjoyed, I think it's Catherine Hahn, the actor's performance in this TV show. She's been despised in times and really enjoyed in times, and none more so encapsulated in that little "it was me all along" sort of little reel, if you like, and I don't know what episode it was now, I've lost the plot with it. So I hope she does make it out. There's certainly precedent for her living, sustaining in the actual comics, and she's a real interesting, colourful character in those comics alongside Wanda Maximoff. Sometimes a villain, sometimes a sidekick hero figure. So will she make it out alive? I think she will. Is she really the villain? Well, we'll see. I think she is the villain. There was a time when I thought Nightmare may have been a puppeteer villain in the background. There was a time when I thought even Mephisto could have been the main big bad, but now I'm firmly in the camp of it being Agatha Harkness. There is no big shadowy background figure, although time will tell when we actually get into the TV show if Kevin Feige is keeping a rabbit in the hat for us, and maybe Nightmare is going to do double duty, be the villain in this, be the villain in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Maybe it will be Mephisto, because of course in the comics he has a close relationship with Agatha Harkness and a real part to play in the Tommy and Billy characters, sort of faked in their early years. But look, man, I've not got much more to add. I hope she does make it out. I think she's a cool little character. I think she's got a part to play in the story of Wanda, in the story of all of the mystical figures in Phase 4 and beyond of the MCU. So time will tell. Hopefully she does. Second question, as you can see here, I alluded to it. Is there a shadowy figure in the background playing the puppet master, the grand puppeteer, if you like, in this new mystical introduction to mystical characters? Mystical, I love mystical. I've said it so much there, why not say it a couple more times? Who's the mysterious Ralph figure, aka Agatha's husband? He's been alluded to many times in this TV show. She has played him for laughs, says he's useless and things like that, always mentioning Ralph. Who the hell is Ralph is the next question for me. Could he be Mephisto? Could he be a figment of Agatha Harkness's imagination? Is she just playing us all for fools? Well, look, man, I did say in the previous question, I thought for a long time that Mephisto was the shadowy devil figure in the background. He had done a deal with Agatha, maybe even done a deal with Wanda, and she had temporary amnesia. But no, I'm firmly believing now, as I did say before, that Agatha is the big bad in this, and that she's just been playing the character of Agnes for the first, 7 episodes of this sitcom within a sitcom. And she's just using the husband figure to fill in the blanks of her story so she can acquiesce into this world alongside Scarlet, aka Wanda Maximoff. So no, I don't think Ralph is a real character. I don't think he's got any real significance. I may be completely wrong. It may be Mephisto. It may be Nightmare. They may be working in cahoots. Time will tell. For me personally though, I think it's just a figment of Agatha's imagination in a sense. But I'm going to move on to the third question. I've screwed it. I'm going to have a little drink before I say this one. Are Billy and Tommy real? and will they survive is the next question I'm pondering. Well, I think they are real. I think they are most definitely creations of this chaos magic within the Hex. I think Wanda has willed them into existence like she willed Vision, her fake Vision, into existence in this Hex creation. So I think they are absolutely real. And of course in the comics they were real as well. They were living creations of Mephisto's soul shard. And they went out of existence for 15 years before returning to very much being in existence and being part of the Young Avengers, I want to say, ensemble. And I think we are going to get the Young Avengers at some point. I think Kevin's setting it up. Kevin Figa, that is. I don't know him personally. Haley Steinfeld is in the, blanking on the name, I don't know why, Hawkeye TV show. We're getting some of the younger characters, the likes of Cassie Lang, I think it has been recast. Younger characters rising to prominence. I think, and of course we've got Tony Stark's young daughter, who could be Iron... Can she be an Iron Lad if she's a female? I don't know. What I'm getting at is I think there is a future for a young ensemble team, and I think we will see these two kids reappearing at some point. I don't personally think these two kids will make it through this TV show in one piece. I think they're in a precarious position. Agatha's got them by the neck. She's using them as bait to get Wanda to maybe play the fiddle to her own little tune on her fiddle, if you like. Terrible analogy, I do know. So for me, they are real. I think they are living embodiments of Wanda's future. She has willed them into existence like Vision. I think they will disappear back out of existence once this Hex collapses, and if indeed it does collapse, we'll get into that shortly as well. But once the shit hits the fan, I think they will lose their existence. And that's a shame, but they will come back in a sense, because we will have the Young Avengers, and they are a big part of it, and we've already seen their powers and what they can bring to the table. Very promising indeed. And I think the mutants will have a large part to play in the future, and they are sort of mutant type characters too. So yes, I do think they're real, and no, I don't think they'll survive out of this TV show. Fourth question is it I'm on to? What's the deal with Pietro? Not what's the deal with canon, what's the deal with Pietro? Is this guy the Evan Peters X-Men version of Quicksilver, Pietro, Peter? I don't think he is. I don't think he's the exact version that we've seen in the likes of Days of Future Past and things like that. I think he is another version of Quicksilver, though. I am not convinced this character is just some puppet being played by Agatha Harkness. She has picked out some citizen from Westview and made them into a version of Quicksilver to fool Wanda into sharing all of her secrets. I think this version, this Evan Peters version of Quicksilver within this Hex, is a vision, if you like, to pardon the pun, because it's not about vision, into another universe, into another reality. Maybe peeking into the Fox side of things and seeing a glimpse of the Evan Peters Quicksilver, and maybe transforming him and bastardising him. I think this guy is definitely Quicksilver. He has the powers. We've seen him at the end of episode 7, was it, with Monica in the end credits scene. Snooper's going Snoop. I was about to say Poopers, I don't know why. We didn't see him again. I think he's going to turn heroic. He's going to help Monica when also this telekinetic sort of control that Agatha has over him hopefully goes away. I think this guy is definitely Quicksilver. We do not use Evan Peters in this TV show as a mere cameo and then discard him like he's nothing. We see what this guy brought to the character for numerous appearances over on the Fox side of things. He's gold. We want this guy in the X-Men side of things in the MCU moving forward. I absolutely think they will use him. I think they will find a way to sneak him in via this, what is it called again, Nexus sort of storyline. We've seen it in the commercial. We know Wanda's a Nexus being. She can flip between different universes, realities. I think they will find a way to harness this Nexus thing and get this Quicksilver into the universe. I'm not convinced he's fake and he's some goon being played by Agatha. So I absolutely think Pietro is the real Quicksilver, and I think he will make it out of this TV show and be part of the MCU moving forward. Very different to what we got in the X-Men one though. Screwed it again. I'm terrible with these macros, I do apologise. Next question. Will Wanda assume the Scarlet Witch title, and is she a mutant? Well, no, she isn't a mutant, I don't think. I think she is a witch. We wouldn't have done that elaborate Salem witch introduction for Agatha. Established the Scarlet Witch crown coming out of the goddess, the mother witch that she does in. And then establish it further in the lab sequence with Wanda seeing a vision of the Scarlet Witch walking towards her when she looked into the sort of Mind Stone. I don't think we would have went down that elaborate route into the witch side of things. She was just a mutant who had her powers enhanced via those experiments on her. I think she's definitely a witch. Maybe that she has had enhancement in some form from a brush with the Mind Stone, and that has maybe gave her mutant-like abilities, but I think she's just a witch on steroids. The Scarlet Witch. Holder and mastery over chaos magic with some little enhancements. So no, I don't think she is a mutant, and I think she will assume the Scarlet Witch title moving forward. I absolutely do. She was one of the famous characters from the comics. They've not really used it up until this juncture. She's always been Wanda. It's absolutely time for her to utilise the Red Witch, the Scarlet Witch, not Red Witch. That's from Game of Thrones. Moving forward, whether she's a villain or whether she's a hero, I'm sure I'll get into that at some point in this show. But look, my next question, I keep doing it, I'm forgetting what macros I'm on, what question I'm on. Question 6 I think I'm on to now. Is there more to Hayward than meets the eye? And is he evil? I have pondered. I struggle to get a great deal more into that question because of this, just the lack of real estate on the screen. Well, the reason I'm saying is there more to him than meets the eye because there's a lot of theories floating around about good old director Hayward, I can't speak, and the potential of him being a Skrull or a Kree, and I hope I've said that right because I notoriously mix them up all the time, a Skrull and a Kree. People think he's a shape-shifting alien in a sense, and it's going to bleed into this Kree invasion storyline. I think we're getting a Nick Fury Kree TV show. I don't know if I'm right in that assessment. I think we are though. And people think that Hayward could be maybe a shape-shifting alien, much like it was alluded to that Nick Fury wasn't the real Nick Fury. There was a sort of transformatory sort of alien character playing him for large junctures of the MCU. So it's possible he could be an alien shape-shifting. I certainly don't think he is though. I think he's just a shithead. As I've said in my notes, a prick. I just think he is an arsehole in a sense. A guy who is using his power to try and manoeuvre a weapon in the form of Vision against that guy's will, may I add, into the picture. Flex his muscles and try and show everyone who's boss. I don't think he likes superheroes. I've seen a lot of other channels speaking about how this guy is ultimately good, and it will be revealed in this finale that he doesn't have evil intentions, that he's just seeing a threat in Wanda in the Hex and reacting to it and trying to save the world, if you like. I don't see it that way. I think he's a manipulator. He's nefarious. I think he's a shithead. And I do think he's bad, but I don't think he's evil. So yeah, I hope that's kind of answered the question from my perspective. I don't think he's a shapeshifter. He could be. I don't think he is. I don't think he's evil. I think he's just bad and an arsehole. So let's move on to the next one. There we go, I've done it again. Is Monica the first mutant in the MCU, and will she use her powers in the finale? I have pondered in the next question. I tend to think she will use her powers, and I'll get into it in more detail in the next question, because I think it's pertinent to the next question. Incidentally, I'm only 13 minutes into this show, and I'm nearly done with these questions. This is going to be hard, stretching this out for much longer than 15 minutes. But I'll do my best. I like to talk shit, as most people coming in will understand. And I'll try my best to squeeze it out to 20 minutes. Do I think she's the first mutant in the MCU? Well, I don't think she'll be officially the first mutant, because Kevin Feige is adamant that he's not handling mutants for at least another 4 or 5 years. So I don't think officially she will be. I think she'll just be a tag on to maybe Captain Marvel. Her brushes with Carol Danvers, of course. And just having her genetic sort of genome rewritten via this hex and getting in and out of it. I think they'll just say that she is an enhanced being. She's been given super powers because of Wanda and her chaos magic. I think they'll play it off as her not being a mutant, but in all reality, she is everything in name but a mutant. That doesn't even make sense. That is a terrible way of sort of structuring that sentence. Let's redo that again in English this time. She is in all but name a mutant. I think she will use her powers in the finale. We've seen it. She kind of faced off against Wanda very, very briefly, and she done that sort of super heroic landing. She landed, and the eyes glowed. Wanda was taken aback. She was whisked off with Agatha. That set up what we've seen in the last 2 episodes. That sort of face off. We've not seen her since then. I think she will use her powers, and I'm going to go into the next question and explain why I think she'll use her powers. I've screwed that there, man. I do apologise. I'm having an absolute mare today, man. I really am. There you go. There is the one that I was looking for. Will Vision make it out alive? Well, that's not the one I was looking for. Fucking shambles, guys. Absolute shambles, man. Don't know what's going on. Let's do that again, right? Just to make sure. This is what happens when I use multiple macros. It just falls to absolute pieces. Will Vision make it out alive? I do think he will make it out alive. Contrary to some other people's opinions, I think this character has to survive out of Wandavision. Paul Bettany's far too good a guy, far too good a character. The Vision character, that is. He's too good at portraying it to let it die after this. And not just that, man. We've seen this character die twice already. Do we really want to see, and nearly 3 times, do we really want to see this guy die? Not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times, because there's 2 Visions now, and we could lose the 2 of them if we are killing them off and he can't survive. Because I think, and I suspect, and I hope I'm right, that the vehicle for the Vision we know and love, the vehicle for his survival lies within White Vision. I think White Vision will come in, and there will be a confrontational moment between him, Vision, perhaps Wanda, perhaps Monica, and Pietro, who I think is actually Pietro from a different universe. And I think we'll see Monica using her powers. She has the ability to manipulate energy. And I think we'll see maybe Wanda doing a deal with Agatha, having to give up the kids, going a little bit crazy, the hex falling momentarily, Vision disappearing into mere energy like he was buffed out of energy. And I think we will see maybe Monica manipulating his energy into the White Vision, and that is it then acquiescing and moving forward as some hybrid Vision. Not the Vision we knew before, not the shithead memory wiped White Vision, a new Vision reborn for a new era of MCU. That's what I think will happen. I think he will survive. What will happen with White Vision? Well, I just says, I've wrote it in my notes. I think he will acquiesce with the other Vision. Within the hex, his energy will feed in, and we'll have some semblance of a Vision. And obviously that does allude back into what I said as well about Monica. I think she will use her powers in this finale, and it will be used to save Vision for the future of the MCU. But look, man, I'm going to move on to the final, and I hope this is the right one. Will Doctor Strange appear? That's the final question. It's not the final question. The final question's about the finale. So I'll not talk shit and I'll reel that back in. Will Doctor Strange appear? Well, I sincerely hope so, because if he doesn't appear, then I've made myself look like a complete tit for the last month and a half, because I've been speaking about Doctor Strange appearing like it's a mere certainty that this guy's already confirmed as being in this TV show and that he is indeed going to make an appearance. I've been speaking about him coming. Like, when's he going to pop up? What's he going to do when he pops up? He's not even confirmed as being in this TV show. So I sincerely hope he is in, for my sake. And I think it's only right that he does make an appearance in this TV show, because we know he's going to be starring in Spider-Man 3. We know that Wanda is going to be starring in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. We know that these 3 stories interconnect in, because Kevin Feige confirmed it. This is going to spawn a Multiverse of Madness, hopefully, and I'll get into that in a moment, the finale, what my thoughts are on it. And therefore it would be very strange and almost, I don't know, dropping the ball to not bring Doctor Strange into this TV show in the finale of WandaVision. I mean, even if it's the end screen, the end credits, an end credits scene, he has to pop up, man. He has to be the connective tissue between this, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and Spider-Man 3 in between. How can you have him have WandaVision coming into Doctor Strange, have Doctor Strange and Spider-Man 3, say that this is connecting into the other 2 projects, and not have this character appear? He absolutely has to appear. We need to see Doctor Strange in there. And of course the book, the missing book that obviously Agatha has in her possession, that was seen in the, what was it, the Emporium was it called, in Doctor Strange. So there's another connection. And there's people rumouring that Doctor Strange created this hex, maybe in cahoots with Agatha, maybe in cahoots with no one but himself, to protect the world from the chaos magic spewing out of Wanda. There was rumours that he perhaps had a part in the creation of it. So I think he absolutely has to come in. And I'll be extremely, extremely disappointed if he doesn't come in. Because I've been speaking about it for donks now. And look, there's another potential cameo alluded to in this TV show as well. I think the director of the final episode, I don't know if it's a director that's directed the entire show, if it's or whether it's episodic, like we've seen in Mandalorian, but I'm sure he was out today confirming there is going to be a cameo with an actor he was looking forward to working with for a long time. We've seen Paul Bettany mention this Mystique. There's my dog, he's excited as well. We've seen Paul Bettany mentioning, and Harley, you're killing me here, mate. Thank you. I'll pop his head up. There you go. Look, Harley, pop your little head up, you little shithead. Get your head up. You're disrupting my show. Show yourself. I'll try that for the 3rd time. Paul Bettany was also speaking about an actor who he was excited to work with for the first time. So could be we're getting another cameo in here. I can see Stephen in the actual comments. If it is Stephen, that is, putting up the poll from Twitter. He has put a poll up hinting at potential cameos. Who could it be? Was it Doctor Doom? I think you can comment down below, Stephen, if that is indeed the case. Matt Shackman did direct all of the episodes. Well, the director's been out speaking about another cameo and how he's excited about this cameo appearing. So I don't think it's going to be Benedict Cumberbatch, but I think he will appear as well. It may be another cameo, and it's not going to be Reed Richards, let's be honest. So very intriguing indeed to see who this guy is going to be. Could it be Mephisto? Maybe I'm just been talking shite this entire time. Most people will think I have been talking shite anyway. Lord knows. But in conclusion, man, yes, I think Doctor Strange will appear. I think he should appear. I think it makes logical sense. It makes story sense for this character to appear and connect all of the sort of projects we've seen and what's to come in terms of multiverse. But look, man, I'm going to move on to the final. Is this the right macro? There we go. I'll never do this again. I have to buy a stream deck with the actual macros built in, man. This is a nightmare, to say the least, using a keyboard and using all these different keys. It's not working, man. So I'll try and make it better the next time I try this. But look, there's a question there. Final question. In the, 10 questions I've asked about this TV show. How will things end? And is the finale, and why is the finale? And is the finale only 40 minutes long? I can't even read my own questions. Fucking shambles, man. 2 seconds, I'll have a little drink and I'll conclude my thoughts. Is the finale only 40 minutes long? I'm saying that because there has been a leak on Reddit. And that leak has suggested that indeed it is 50 minutes long, the final episode of Wandavision, and a good 8 to 9 minutes of it will be the end credits. So that has given us roughly 40 to 42 minutes of storytelling. That disappoints me tremendously. I was hoping this final episode would be at least an hour. I think there's a lot of loose ends to tie up. I think we need some appearances from the likes of Doctor Strange to make sense moving forward, as I did say, with other projects. 40 minutes seems a little bit short, and it means we've not really got a proper hour-long episode in this entire season, and that I'm always disappointed tremendously when I start watching these and I click to the end briefly to see where the end credits start, and I realise I've only got 35 minutes. This finale, I'm sure it'll be absolute dynamite. I cannot wait to see it, but 40 minutes is really disappointing. But what do I think? How do I think it will end? Well, I have alluded to what I think will happen with some of my questions. I think Billy and Tommy will definitely snuff it. I think they'll come back to live another day in the future at some indeterminate time. I do think that Agnes will survive and she'll move forward and become a regular face, maybe popping in and out periodically. Obviously, I think Vision's going to survive. I think Peter's going to Pietro's somehow going to make his way over to this universe. I think he's another form of Quicksilver. It'd be just blasphemy to use Evan Peters in that way and tarnish that character, and that what he'd done with that character over on Fox by just making him a shithead puppet getting played by some other character. That'd be a travesty. But in conclusion, man, I think that Scarlet, I'm going to call her Scarlet now because I don't think she's Wanda anymore. I think she's assuming the Scarlet Witch title. I think she will have to make some sacrifices. That sacrifice will be the kids. I think this will tip her over the edge momentarily. The Hex will become, I don't know, how would you put it? Dysfunctional. I think it'll start expanding out and out and out and out and out. I think we will see the world being overtook by this Hex, and I think this will buff mutants and all the rest of this crazy shit. Not until some years down the road will we see the mutants being buffed in actual real time in the MCU. But I think we will see this Hex expand out. This will buff the multiverse of madness. I think it will have consequences on Spider-Man 3. That's why I've put Spider-Man in a little thing there, and I'll put it up again because that's Boss Logic. He's absolute best. This is how we're going to get the likes of the Green Goblin, Electro coming in, different forms from different universes. I think this Hex will expand out, consume the entire world. We will have absolute shit hitting the fan, and Doctor Strange will have to clean it all up eventually, 2 movies later. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't know if Scarlet will turn a villain. I sincerely hope she doesn't. She's a cool character, but it's certainly possible she could lose her marbles and become a real villainous turn. Could even be a minor villain in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. We know she's in it. Doesn't say or suggest she has to be a hero in it, working with Stephen Strange. So I think it's going to be absolutely crazy. I hope some of my predictions are right. If they're not, I'm going to look a right tit. And yeah, I just cannot wait to see this TV show concluding, man. It's been absolutely momentous watching it. It's been a real different experience. Only Kevin Feige and that team over at Marvel could make something like this and make it so interesting and have you so invested that you're making shows about it and predictions and all of that, because if any other studio had done this, it would have been shite, let's be honest. Absolutely terrible. So hats off to them, man. I sincerely hope they stick the landing, and I really do hope this just breeds absolute chaos going into these next two projects associated with it, and Doctor Strange better be fucking in there or I'm going to lose my shit. But look guys, that's going to round my little prediction questions video for the finale of WandaVision up. How do you think it's going to play out? Do you think Agatha will make it out alive? Is she the main villain in this TV show? Do you think that Ralph is anything of note? Do you think he could be Mephisto Nightmare? What do you think is going to happen to Billy and Tommy, Wanda's two twinned kids? What do you think about Pietro? Is he the real Pietro from a different universe? Is he just a bad actor? What's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on Scarlet Witch? Is she going to assume that title? Is she a hybrid mutant? Is she a mutant, a witch? What's your thoughts? You can comment about Hayward, Monica, everything in between. Will Vision make it out? How's it going to end? If you've got anything to say at all, you can comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments section. You can also like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Hit the follow button on Twitch if you want to see more content like this in the future. It's not been my best show, so maybe not the best place to showcase what we're doing at this channel. I've been a stuttering Stanley and a little bit discombobulated with the macros. But look, if you've enjoyed it, you can subscribe. And if you haven't, you can bugger off. Bye-bye, guys.